Hey everybody, today we are going to start your 5-gallon compost for your apartment. Next I'm going to go over all the materials that you need, so follow along. Okay, here are materials. I have two 5-gallon buckets. We have our drill with our 1/8" drill bit. Then we have our gardening gloves, an old spray bottle I use with water in it, the compost from last week, and these are our browns that we will be needing. And for me it was just a bunch of dried up leaves from our apartment complex and some bark that was on the ground. The first step is to drilling your holes. I already started drilling the top of the bucket and I need to finish. So we are going to drill the rest of the holes all throughout the 5-gallon bucket that will be sitting on top of this one. And then we're going to drill about 12 holes in our bottom bucket. So have your PPE on. These aren't that safe, but they're good gardening gloves. So start drilling your holes. Alright, now I just did one row. I will do the whole bucket and come back and show you what to do next. We're done drilling the holes. They're about 1 inch apart on the top, and the bottom they're about 1 centimeter apart because this is where we're going to have our drainage. This bucket's seen some better days. So we're going to put it in our bottom. We have about 20 holes here for airflow because we don't want to create a vacuum seal. And they're little holes so that pests don't get inside. Now, the next step will be actually putting in our greens and our browns too. So we have our browns and our greens. Now what our browns and our greens are this is the least treated cardboard we have. You can also use your paper products. I just don't suggest any ink on them. And then we have the crumpled up leaves from around my apartment, some bark. You can add your wood shavings in here. These are all going to be your browns that you want. And your greens are going to be your actual compost that you collect throughout the week, and can be some grass clippings. I usually use grass clippings from when the gardeners come and clear the whole apartment. They just save me a little bag of them, and I put them in my compost. Alright, so we first want a layer of the cardboard. You want a layer of the browns at the bottom, and then you're going to put your greens, and then you want to make sure you completely cover your greens with browns. You want a 3-part brown to 1-part green mixture. Alright, so let me rip this up and show you the first layer. We have our good amount of cardboard down here cut up. I'm going to add some crumpled up leaves and bark in here. Make sure the better they're crumpled up, or the smaller they are, the easier it is to break down. So I like to crumple it up a lot, so this isn't going to get that hot. Now we can add our compost. Uh-oh, this one has a sticker on it. Oh, good. Okay, let's get all that in there. Yum. It's been like a week and a half. It smells great. So now we're going to add our browns to it again. Getting down and dirty. Okay, we're going to add our top layer. And for your compost, make sure you don't want any animal or any dairy products in it. The only thing I have are eggshells, and those are okay, but the rest is all of my vegetables, all that waste that I use each night for cooking. And you don't want anything else in there. Don't put any pet waste in here. And make sure no cooked products you made, like, I don't know, enchiladas or something. Don't throw them in here. Don't just throw over your leftovers. It's just going to be all of your vegetable waste. Now I'm going to add the rest of our browns here, because remember it's a 3-part brown, 1-part greens. I'm going to add some grass clippings as well. We've added all of our browns and greens in here that you can see. The last thing I forgot to add was we need our 3 cups of soil to just start the composting process. After that, you'll need a stir stick or something to mull it around with. I personally don't care about getting dirty, so I use my hands. So you just really want to get in there, get in deep, get a lot of air into it. I'm also crumbling as I go, but this is pretty aerated, so I think that's a good amount. Now the moisture level that you want it to be is like a wrung-out sponge. In the beginning of this process, it wasn't as damp as I'd liked it to be, so I did my spray bottle of water. Don't worry, it's not vinegar. And I just added a couple sprays on here, got it to be a little more damp, and now it is time to close this baby up and let her sit and compost for the next 1 to 2 weeks. And then when you have enough greens to add to here, just make sure that you have the browns to add to it as well. Either 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, depending on how much you have. I will keep you updated within the next 2 weeks. Thank you for picking Kale-E. Have a wonderful day. Happy composting.